I would be crying right now, but I'm numb and traumatized. Because the hospital known it used to be known as Tenova is now known as Vanderbilt Clarksville Hospital. I had no clue what was happening, and they decided to say that I threw myself on the ground. All I know is I felt a zap in my head, nothing I could do about it. It was a really quick aura, and then smack to the back of my head. All I remember is being near a counter, and then all of a sudden I was 4-pointed, disarm up, disarm down, and I was treated horribly by the doctors and the staff there, and guess what? How they treated my mom.
Yeah, I called because I was trying to, because she went to the ER yesterday, real early yesterday morning at like 5, because Michelle went to psychiatric, because Muriel called 911 for Michelle. Well, because of all of the stress and everything like that, it triggered a seizure, and she had seizures while they were here, so they took her to the ER too. And I told them not to. I was like, look, I got it. You know, she has LGS. You know, she usually has clusters. You know what I'm saying? And I showed them the paperwork from the doctor saying that she has LGS and the epilepsy and all. And they still took her because they said, oh, well, she's unresponsive. So, and then,
yeah, it's part of the law, but I was treated like absolute crap yesterday and today, and they weren't listening to me. I was advocating for myself, and my mom was advocating for me, and they were rude to me and rude to my mom.
Yeah, I talked to the doctor. The nurses weren't bad, but the doctor that I talked to yesterday was really rude and very disrespectful to me. He wouldn't listen to me. He cut me off, and started saying, oh, she threw herself out of the bed trying to make it look like it was her fault. I said, sir, she does that here because she wakes up all scared and confused when she has those seizures. She doesn't remember where she was before it happened. She doesn't remember the seizure, and she doesn't know what she's doing when she wakes up because she has post-ictal confusion or post-ictal psychosis. And I said that she had no idea, you know, that she was doing that. And he's like, oh, she absolutely knew what she was doing, and she's a self-harm risk, and she's on psychiatric hold now, and she's going to be placed. And I said, sir, you cannot put her in psychiatric holding for seizures. That's not a reason to put her in psychiatric. I don't care what happened after the seizure, but you can't do that. A seizure.
What happened is I likely was very confused, wasn't there, got up and fell, or got up, you know, lost balance. But my mom says I look like a gorilla when I walk. That means my gait is not stable, right?
No, her gait's not stable, and she wakes up from a seizure and she tries walking around. She walks like she's stomping around, and she's like, her legs are all bowed out like this, and she was walking like this. That's how she walks. And
after.
Yeah, and the thing is that, I mean, she'll probably fall out of bed too. So that's what they saw. But he said it was something else. And, you know, I called back. I said I need to talk to the social worker. They said there was no social worker on staff yesterday, and tried to put me on hold to talk to the charge nurse. So, well, they're busy and they'll call you back. I never got a phone call back. And um, today, first thing in the morning, I called to talk to the social worker, and I told her what happened. And I said, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you don't get my daughter out of that hospital today, I'm going to be calling my attorney. We're going to have a problem, and it's going to be a legal one. Because you cannot place someone in the hospital, psychiatric hospital, for seizures. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know what was going on. That was as a result of the seizure. You cannot put her in a psychiatric facility. Don't make me come up there, because I absolutely will. You get her out of there, and you get her out of there today. So for like a few hours later, I heard from another social worker, saying, oh, well, do you have any safety concerns of her being at home? And I was like, no. I said, because what happened isn't her fault. She didn't know what she was doing. And I don't have any concerns at all. Thing is that I said, no, I'm not concerned at all. But I said the doctor was extremely rude to me, and your staff was extremely unprofessional. I didn't get a phone call about what medication she was on until later this afternoon, until I think noon or something. And the lady I was talking to over the phone kept asking me over and over and over again which medication she was on. And I told her several times, I said, ma'am, what is this? I already told you the medications. Why are you asking me again? I gotta go. I have to do paperwork. I have stuff to do. I don't have time to sit here on the phone with you. Well, you get your shit together for you to take all these medications. I gotta go. I said, this is very unprofessional. Your doctor was extremely rude and disrespectful to me yesterday.
I think he was the admitting one.
Okay.
But, the doctor that came to me that day had Chinese-looking face, American accent, very short
Is
guy.
it that short, shrimpy guy that we walked out of the ER
Short
one day
and shrimpy, yes. And he walked away from us when we were trying to explain my LGS to him. He walked away from me whenever I was alone. Yeah, I know, but he walked away from us. He did the same exact tactic to me alone whenever I was trying to advocate for myself. I was telling him that he was mixing up a misdiagnosis with current actual diagnosis.
Yeah, because it took so many years for her to get diagnosed. Now what's happening is that people still think that it's the other thing.
He was short, shrimpy, black hair.
That same dude that sounds like that same dude that was there whenever you and I walked out of the ER that day. Because you were there, she was there getting blood work. I think it was November? No, it was December. And she had seizures there whenever we were getting blood work. And and she woke up and she was able to get up, and I was like, you want to leave? She's like, yeah, let's go. I said, all right, let's go, we're leaving. And they're like, okay,
I wanted to leave the short,
leave.
shrimpy dude. I knew he was a problem after he walked away from us the way he did while we were still trying to talk to him.
He's usually not there when you've been in the ER, but this time he was.
He's really nasty. But you nasty. Not in, your dirty way, but your behavior way.
Yeah, I want to keep that bracelet because it has his whole name on it, I'm pretty sure.
It does. Admitting Dr. L.U. Kevin.
Oh, he's gonna get it. I'm gonna find a way to file a complaint tomorrow. I'm calling administration.
And then this one says miscellaneous physician.
Oh. Okay.
Sometimes the bad bad doctors also like to hide their name.
Yeah, so it could have been that.
Okay, guys, this is the second part. But yeah, they kept trying to dismiss me and stuff. It was really horrible. What else did they do to you, Mom?
Nothing, just how they blew me off. I kept calling back to try to talk to the charge nurse. They put me on hold for like 10-15 minutes. Then I got hung up on, call back. Oh, she'll call you back. Hours later, never got this phone call. They absolutely were blowing me off, like explicitly blowing me off. They did not want to talk to me. But this morning, whenever I called and talked to the social worker, I talked to the social worker, alright.
Yeah, but man, all the accusations put against me, I'm severely traumatized. Severely, because I kept getting blown off by the staff. Yesterday, was it? I went in there yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday morning at like 5 something.
I kept getting blown off whenever I was trying to advocate for myself. My mom even got blown up when she was trying to advocate for me. This is how severe the medical system is getting. That's why I made this ribbon. Hashtag medical system failure awareness. Plus medical neglect and medical malpractice. Because that psych hole was absolutely not necessary, and I'm still wearing their fucking gown. Oh my goodness.